Good morning, guys. Rick Shaw here. It's the Monday the 8th of November 2021, and we got another glorious day starting. Feels like it's going to be a warm one. Clouds are kind of hiding the sun a little bit, but you can really feel the heat. We had a little bit of trouble with our electric last night. When we first came to the house, one of the things I specified was I wanted the fridge all by itself. I didn't want anything going off of the fridge, just fridge by itself. And that's the way it's marked in the panel. Well, last night we lost the full voltage, so it's connection. So I thought, okay, maybe the receptacle's bad. So I got the fridge out, pulled that all apart. Everything's fine there. Good continuity. The really bad thing here is there's no screws on these receptacles. They're all stab receptacles, and they're just incredibly cheap and crappy. And they're using stranded. You know, stabs don't work good when you got stranded. They got them all smashed in and boogered, and so there's usually connection problems. Now, when I was in the wall last night, they took right off of my refrigerator and ran it up the wall. It's not a plug in there. I think they ran it to an outside light. So if that shorts, I lose my fridge. So they don't give you what you asked for here. You know, the electrician here was it's just crappy, but it's a lot of it I couldn't get here because of the COVID. So that was a lot of the problem, because I'd have been here every day. I actually wanted to rent a place close by here, but my wife kept nixing that, and I don't know why. A lot of these problems that we're having, we wouldn't be having if I could have been up here. But, so I go over to the panel. I got to find out what's wrong with this. I hope it's nothing underground. And I can't check it for voltage, find out where it is under the floor, because it's running out the bottom of the panel unless it has power in it. That's how my tester works. And I do have the other little one, but it doesn't work that great through that much concrete and tile. So I go to the breaker. I think, okay, maybe the breaker's bad. Check the breaker. I got good power coming in the top, and I got good power coming out of the bottom. Now, when he fixed it before, it worked, and it worked up until last night. So I go in the panel and I grab the wires to see if it's tight. He had the wires. The way these breakers work, as you screw it in, it pulls the little aluminum piece, and it's copper and aluminum. There should have been some stuff on there. It pulls it in and clamps the wire. Okay, fine. Well, he stuck it in behind, so it was just basically sitting on there, and then he screwed everything tight. So when he came back to fix it, he didn't really fix it. You know, what a hack. And when you look inside the panel, it's nothing but stinking spaghetti. It's a very low quality workman that did this. And the other thing he did was, they come with these screws to hold the faceplate on. Oh, well, he must have lost them. So what he did was he took drywall screws. Well, they're not big enough. So what he did is he jammed some wire in there, and then he cranked these drywall screws in and broke every single one of the tabs on there that hold the faceplate on. All of them were broke. And I'm looking at this going, gosh dang, what a stinking hack. I can't believe how bad these people are when it comes to something like this. They're just trying to get her done, and they don't care if it's right or wrong. And these folks at Demeterland, they're not watching them. I mean, if I'd have been on there watching this guy, hey, you're not doing that. You get the screws for that. You put the right proper thing in there. Neaten that panel up. Don't run a big pile of spaghetti in there, and half the stuff is just black tape together. There's no wire nuts. I haven't found a wire nut yet. It's all just black tape. So those connections are not going to be good. Nothing that I saw on the wall is twisted. So I'll have to go through and do a lot of stuff. And a problem too is trying to get the wire pulled out. There's no grounds anywhere. We were getting contact voltage on the stove, so it's a real bummer. But I got that plug working again. So I got to pull the fridge back out. something that's just going to drive me nuts until the day I croak, because when the power comes, which breaker it was in the fridge and what it ran, it shut off the Insta-Hot. Well, I mean, I got to get on a little stool to reach up and shut that thing off, because how he said it had to be run by gravity. So they're running, I guess they're running a pipe up to the Insta-Hot reverse gravity, so that it goes up through the Insta-Hot and then back out, and then gravity takes over. I guess must be what this guy thinks. I don't understand. If everything's gravity in there, how do they get water upstairs? Why do they have to, now the one in the shower, yeah, that's great. That needs to be high, because you don't want to be messing with that and touching it in the shower. There's no grounds anywhere. So I don't want to touch it, and that's where I got the remote control. Well, the one in the kitchen is just, to me, it's just so stupid. We'd have had a lot more pressure in that kitchen sink if it wouldn't have been almost on the ceiling. And just what we run into. So I'm gonna have a time where I go through and clean up every box, but I'm finding he screwed a lot of stuff in with drywall screws, so I know my little boxes, the tabs are probably split and broken. And I saw wood shims in one of them. He got wood shims in one. This is the kind of jerry rigging that they do here. When I was working, when I used to do residential, if I'd have done something like that, or commercial, the inspector would have went to whoever the foreman was and says, "You better check this guy out." You can't be pulling that. You cannot do that kind of work. But here it's a normal everyday thing. I've seen so many houses. This guy will come in and say, "Yeah, he's an electrician," and he's not an electrician. He just says he is, or he says he's a plumber because he saw somebody do it one time, and they're not doing the job like they should. But I would have loved it so much if I could have been here when this place was going up, because everything would have been done right, especially the electric. I wouldn't have let him get away with any crap, and the plumbing. And I don't know why Demeterland. I would have signed a release when I wanted that Insta-Hot under the sink. The plumber says no, he won't do it that way. And I told her, "Hey, I don't care. I'll sign a release." "Yeah, but if it don't work, you won't have water there." Come on, honey. I was trying to explain to the girl it doesn't work that way. It works off of pressure, and it's just like a mass misunderstanding of how things work. And I can't believe that somebody could be in the trades as a plumber and not understand how water flows. It just gets me, guys. It just really gets me. But we'll slowly get it all fixed. I got stuff to do. I got my chain. My chain came, so I'll be getting the sprocket on here pretty soon. I gotta look at the carb on the bike, and I've known on the floats before that when the misfueling's happening, that it might be out of adjustment. I had a bike. It was a 2-cylinder, and it would do that, and you'd hear the 1-cylinder like pop. It was a Honda 350, and when I took the carb off, and the float was in spec, but the one was at one end of the spec and the other one was at the other end of the spec. So I kind of put them both in the middle, and that took care of that problem, the fueling problem on that bike. But that was, I don't know if it came from the factory or what. Yeah. Sure, come on. Oh, she got her baby. And that's what she wants for Christmas. She wants another baby, right?
Yeah.
And Mr. Matty got his skateboard. I went ahead and gave him his Christmas present early so he could learn how to ride it. And he could be like Bart Simpson. And Moo, I don't know what we're going to do with him yet. He's having some troublesome days. That's all there is to it. He seems to be, he'll be the one that instigates trouble with the other kids and then deny it. Even when you watch him. I said, "Well, Bub, I was looking right at you." He likes to do this stuff where he slobbers on them or he spits. And I'm getting sick of it. And he's hiding upstairs now because he knows I'm torqued at him. But Yeah, well, I left. That's because I went outside. That's why he came back down. But if I went in there, I'm sure he would go down again. But they still never fixed that from the storm where all the glass broke. I really don't like that that kind of railing in a house. Just think if you fell or lost your balance, you'd fall in and break right through that. But they have a house down here for sale. It's down on the end here. I'll have to show you on the camera later on. But I don't want to walk down by this house over here because they're gonna hit me up to borrow money again, and I'm just not into that. I don't even want to look at them. The lady was nasty, and they want to borrow money. So I just don't even want to go around there. They're getting this one done though. And they're getting those ones done. They're moving along, guys. They're getting a lot of the woodwork up. I don't like the way they do the cabinets here. I mean, they're bolted to the wall, so your room. That's why we deleted them up in the rooms and traded them for kitchen cabinets. But nobody here seems to be doing that. Everybody's leaving the bathroom door. That hallway upstairs, that's a good place for some dressers. But if you had a big door right in the middle of that, you've lost your place for dressers. Now you could put it where the bathroom door goes in the bedroom, but there's not enough room in there. With the bed we have, we got storage underneath, but we were under there yesterday looking for my little sweetie's dolly, and I got my tools out, and it's just like Dust Bunny City. So, you know, that's something that we're going to have to clean. We're storing stuff under there, but it needs to be. We got a lot of things in plastic box with wheels, but some of the kids' toys are just in cardboard box. So we need to get a few more of those plastic ones so we could seal it up and pull those out easier. It's nice that they're on wheels and we can get them in and out easy. So, but we're still monkeying with the house. I finally got toggle bolts. I've been delay on hanging that light. We found a really nice light for the bedroom. Just a beautiful fixture, but it's heavy glass, and I don't want in case of an earthquake or something falling down, because I couldn't find toggle bolts anywhere. You know, any place I went to. Well, I finally found them on Lazada, and I looked them up under toggle, and there they were. You know, so that's pretty cool. It's either called toggle or butterfly. I know a lot of guys in the States, they'll call them butterflies. But here you talk to these people in the hardware stores and they have no idea what you're talking about. You might as well be speaking Greek. But I ordered a pack of 20 of them. So that way I got them in the bag. I'm going to rehang some of them fixtures. But, you know, it's a drywall lid. That was the other thing I wanted. When I had them put the lid up, I wanted to put a sheet of Lawan up. And then the drywall, so I got something to connect to, the strong ceiling, and they never did that either. Now, I never saw a charge for it, so apparently I told it to the girl, she wrote it down and then lost her notebook or something. She just was, I don't know, maybe she's a ditz, I'm not sure. But I don't understand how somebody that's so ditzy gets up that high to where they're handling customers. You know, that's where I would say if I was company manager, either get her trained or get her out. You know, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous what happened with us. Now the other girl, when we were in there, I started talking to her, and she did everything the way we wanted. You know, like the cabinet heights. I wanted them up like 2 meters so I wouldn't hit my head on them when I was walking through the kitchen. I told her exactly how I wanted them. Boom, got exactly what I wanted. When I talked to her, I got everything I wanted. But the other girl, it's just a shame. And all this is, and I don't mean to be bitching too much, but if you come here and you get somebody to build it, get everything in writing. Get everything in writing, and make sure they write it down in their book and they sign it and you sign it, and make sure they don't lose that book. And keep questioning them. Hey, is this getting done this way? Bother the hell out of them. Because if you don't, you're going to wind up like I did. I didn't want that damn refrigerator, anything else running off of that. I know in the States when you do that, when you do your kitchens, You got to have so many circuits. We always put fridge and deep freezer was on their own. Even if we ran a deep freezer in the garage, that was always on its own. So, but here's the house for. But they have a thing here, occupants, and there's the sign. If you want to see it, I hope you can see that real good. The number. I don't know how much they're asking, but it's a beautiful home. I like how they did the window things. Some of these mistake they're making here. Yeah, it's great for security, and I like it. This one here is solid. You can't take it out. How are you going to clean the windows? It's going to be a nightmare trying to clean these windows. Now that's nice. That one rolls out of the way from the side door. But these ones over here too, they got them on the inside. But you can get them real close. They're bolted in. So how are you going to clean the windows from the inside? Easily. You can do it. But it's a lot easy to clean. I worked with a window cleaner on the side for many years, and it's best to do it with Solax. It's anodized ammonia. Get that and squeegee. It's the best way to clean your windows. Now these ones would be tough to clean because they got that angled thing to keep the water out, which doesn't. Most of our windows leak. Now the window guys in here, one of the things I wished I didn't known about was the mirrored windows. They never offered that, but I'm going to talk to the window guy and say, maybe I can get him every time he comes in, do a window or two. Not all of them at once, but come and get me a window or two, because I'd like them mirrored. And that'll help out with a little bit of. I don't want them tinted too dark or anything like that, but we'll get it. Good morning. But yeah, there's some folks in this house here. They went in, but look at all the cracks up in that top piece already. It's a brand new house. Look at that. And look at the paint there. Look at the paint. Brand new house. Look at this, guys. This is what you get. Brand new house. So, but I don't know. I heard that the painter that they had was the one fellow said they fired him, and I guess they got another one. I see a young guy painting over here now. I don't see what kind of paint they're using or anything. Excuse me. Yeah, these guys are working. Faye was going to get the electrician to come and look at what our problem was, but the same guy that supposedly fixed it last time, so I just took care of it. I do like, though, I did check on the air conditioners. They are on their own, because when you go to the box, unless they ran it through another box and tied off of it, I don't know where anything goes here. They don't give you any kind of schematic on where anything goes. We worked for builders that you had to give a schematic. You had your print of the house, and you had to draw on that, or you had to make up your own, and you had to give that to the builder to show where the wires went. Not here. They don't do that here. They put everything in this Smurf tube, and most of them you can't get them to budge. They won't budge. The Smurf tube probably got smashed, so you can't get the wire out to re-pull it. I would love to re-pull this whole house. Just tie your new wires. I would love to have a ground in there. Yeah, and pull all the wires and just pull all new and get rid of the stranded. Yes, okay, that's her little baby. But get rid of the stranded. I'd like to have some better receptacles. And the other thing that really gets me is the lighting. The way they do the lighting, it's all 240 volt, and they only use single pole switches on it. So you got two legs, and they take one leg and they go straight through the box, no switch, up to the light. Then they break one leg to get the light to turn off and on. So when you get up in that fixture, it's hot. It's 120 hot, and all these LED lights, they'll glow. They glow at night because they're getting half the power. So that's what you run into here. So I'm gonna let you go. This is...
Big shot.